I think there is an aspect of it that it's not tangible. Like we have white coat syndrome in this culture. Like if there's not a pill or a diagnosis or a surgery or some science thing that can show you what's going on, it doesn't exist. And it's woo-woo, or it's some nonsense, or it's some ridiculous thing. And I've now trained quite a bit in several things that I would have foo-fooed or said was nonsense 3 or 4 years ago. And it's just in this modern Western, I don't know what's a conventional. I love how they use the term alternative for some of these other things that have been around for like 5,000 years.
That's
Yet the thing that
so
we just
true.
invented
Yeah.
is the conventional. But anyways, whatever language you want to use, this culture, this Western culture that we live in, this modern Western technological, very compartmentalized with the science and the research and the evidence-based this and this and this. It's the most detached culture from our emotions, from true spirituality. And I don't mean that as a dig to the religious people that are listening to this, but to like a true like connection to what we really are and the divine and the universe we live in, and this whole thing of what is this, and our emotions and emotional maturity and handling emotions and understanding how emotions impact our experience of life and our physical health, and then like mental end of things. This culture is so incredibly detached, and the energy aspect of it too. It's so incredibly detached from these things, and we think that that's normal because that's what we're raised in. Like that's what this culture teaches us. That's what this society teaches us. So it's the only thing we know. And if you step outside of it, I mean, I've been so lucky to have learned from some Tibetan Buddhist monks. We've learned from Taoist Qigong masters. We've learned, I mean, people outside of this culture where none of these things are secret. Like it's not like there's no secrets being kept. Now, granted, in some lineages, actually, there are some, I wouldn't call it secrets, but there's teachings that you work your way up to learning and practices that you work your way up to learning. But it's not like, let's hide this from the universe. It's, you don't need to know this yet type of thing. But the information is there. The practices are there. There's no, look at any indigenous culture or any indigenous population, and the medicine person or the healer was the doctor, but they were also the priest, and they were also the therapist, and they were also the energy healer, and they were also this, because there is no separation. Now that I've built two platforms, and one's on one side of healing with the functional medicine stuff, and the other one's on the other side of healing with the mental and emotional and spiritual stuff, I've gone through trainings on both sides, and I've been through things as a student and client and patient on both sides. There are no sides. Like the whole sides aspect of it doesn't exist. Like what you think immediately impacts your physiology. I mean, you've been to some of Dr. Joe Dispenza's stuff. What you think immediately impacts your physiology. The emotions are physical sensations and physical manifestations of the experience that you're having. Emotions, if you ask somebody to describe an emotion, most people would stutter. They can't do it. Like, what does it feel like to be angry? And people can't use words to describe it because it's a felt sense, meaning it's in the body. And these things happen in the body. When you have an emotion, like there might have been something I said here during this conversation that like pinged something in somebody that's listening, and they have a felt sense in the body. And that's very real. The thing that you feel, that's a change in your physiology. Like something happened in your body, either that was a endorphin or a neurotransmitter of some kind, or like something happened in your body while you were listening. And that happens all day, every day, in every interaction you have. And it interacts with the people around you.